Hi everyone and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's subject has much to do with the upcoming new moon taking place on the 22nd and 23rd of April, depending on which side of the planet you're on, in the sign of Taurus. Now, new moons are really important because there's one thing they all have in common, regardless of which sign they take place in, and that is they are triggering a fantastic new beginning in one area of our lives. Now, the sphere of influence of a new moon is approximately 1 week before it happens and the next 6 months. So, this is a window of time where the new beginning, whatever it is, can manifest. Now, this new moon is going to be special because it's happening very, very close to Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of surprises, of shocks, the unexpected, of the future, of certain type of chaos. So, chances are that whatever new is going to begin in our lives, for many of us, is going to be really surprising, for some, even shocking. But on the other hand, the sign of Taurus is a fixed earth sign and it has much to do with our values. So this can give us the hint that it might have much to do with our material lives. So there's an element of materialism attached to whatever new beginning can take place. Now, this can be something totally new, but it can also manifest as, for example, an opportunity which you can accept or decline or which you can use any way you'd like. It can also be a big epiphany, a moment of sudden realization, a truth, an information which inspires you, and then mentally you plan a new beginning for yourself. Or it can be just a fated event because Uranus really likes doing those. It really likes triggering those in a very unexpected and surprising way. So that is why this pick a card reading would like to somehow anticipate what kind of new beginning or what kind of new element can enter your life thanks to this new moon. Just look at the three piles of cards for a couple of seconds and then choose the one which appeals most to your intuitive senses, and then of course just listen to the interpretation. Thank you so much for playing and wish everyone a fantastic new moon. And now I'm going to begin with the interpretations. The first card is, as in card number 1, is the Temperance. This card is also known as the Art, the Alchemist. It has so many different names and way different artists and different tarot readers actually name and interpret this card. So most definitely, those who have chosen the first card, its representation and its meaning is going to be totally different for different people. Of course, there is one thing everyone has in common, and that is how the symbolism of this card links to the past, because first of all, it speaks about the past. The Temperance represents certain dreams, goals, desires, whatever you wanted to accomplish in the past, usually the past 5 years of your life, and all of those dreams or desires were actually whispered to you by divine source. So it means that they have very much to do with your soul path. That is why those ideas, those desires, the mental structure of those plans and goals kept returning and returning into your life, even after you abandoned them, even after you modified them, even after you might have given up, but they were part of your inner world. So that kind of leaves you no choice but to try and somehow manifest them, work with them, accomplish them, work towards them. So this new moon might have much to do with those soul level goals of yours which you need to accomplish in this life. And it is these which are different for different people. So for some people, these goals have much to do with your desires and plans to become a certain type of professional, maybe where you wanted to become a coach or a trainer, a mentor, a teacher, maybe like a life coach kind of profession, or it could be like a psychologist or something like that, who guides people by sharing their work, by sharing their experience, their wisdom, what they have learned from other people as well. And most importantly, it's something that also has to do with it is their art, their artistic talents, their way of self-expression. Now, if you fall into this category, the temperance is telling you that you have done a lot of work, a lot of effort, you invested a lot of creativity into this in the recent past, and now it is that work, it is those efforts that are going to bear fruit. So this new moon, even if it's something new, the basis was already put down before it begins, before the phenomenon takes place in the sky. So it comes as a karmic reward, which is going to open for you windows of opportunity to actually embrace this career and make it a permanent part of your life. It's almost like in the past 5 months, so to speak, you invested a lot of effort into it. So you stated to the universe that, look, this is what I would like to do in the future. Please support me. And the universe actually took in your intentions, your desires, and has decided to support you and give you the opportunity. But for this, you had to, rearrange, realign your values. You had to perfect your skills. You had to become your very, very best version. So you had to do all this inner work by doing the outer work, so to speak. And that means that the time is here, your new beginning, that opportunity can actually enter into your life, especially because you worked for it so much, and this is simply as the harvest of your labor. It's giving you the opportunity to do what you desired. Now, for others, this doesn't mean anything new. This represents their present careers or whatever work they're doing in the present moment, which is working, of course, which is a relevant part of their lives, but it's the success, it is the next level, the upgrade, which they're missing. And even though if you fall into this category, you have everything you need in your life to be successful, to actually achieve your dreams, your desired level of success, but there is one thing you are missing, and that is a true soul level confidence. Confidence in you, confidence in your abilities, confidence in your being that you're able to do this and you deserve all the success. Now, this lack of confidence might have to do with something that exists in your subconscious, or it might be a very tricky part of your mind which always tells you that you are an amateur, that you are not a highly skilled professional, that maybe you are just a wannabe who is copying other people. So this is affecting severely your self-confidence, and until you go inside and eliminate that little devil, so to speak, from your mind who is whispering these defeating thoughts, until you don't eliminate it, your success or the level of success which you desire, which can actually reflect who you truly are, can't enter your life. So the new moon is going to trigger you to confront your self-defeating thoughts, eliminate them, and then you have opened, from a karmic perspective, the doors to success, and that is what's going to imminently enter your life. So that big upgrade, taking your work onto the next level, is definitely going to be part of your future. You just need to do it patiently and know where the problem lies, because sometimes the problem actually lies in the mental sphere and not so much in the emotional world. Now, for others still, the temperance doesn't refer to any type of material or social kind of work, but it refers to their spiritual path, where they're learning, where they're training, where they're experimenting with their, so to speak, magical powers. Altering reality, manifesting, using the quantic potential of our minds. So these people are really preoccupied with this aspect of their spiritual journeys, and they have researched, they have invested a lot of work into it. So naturally, they are very wise, they're very talented, they're very aware, they're highly skilled at magic, so to speak, or whatever their spiritual practices are. Just that they wish to take all of this onto the next level, and the next level is something almost impossible. It is highly controversial because the next level for them means taking their spiritual principles and energies and whatever and manifesting them in physical reality. So it means having a power over matter, over fate, over physical existence. And they have studied a lot, they have researched a lot, but they still don't know what they're missing. They might not even know what they're doing wrong or what they need to do more in order to make all of it, all of their hard work, their study, their principles, their philosophies manifest in physical reality, because they definitely have the formula, so to speak. They know that it's possible, they know how it can be achieved, they maybe saw other people do it, and they know that they can also do it themselves, just that they don't know what they're missing. They haven't found that missing piece of the puzzle, and this new moon is going to react to their souls, to their wills, to their desires, and attract into their lives exactly what they're missing. Just that this is the part where they're gonna be shocked and surprised, because it's not just another book, it's not going to be just another principle, a technique, or whatever. It's actually going to be another person, another living soul, and they never expect this to play out like this. Why another soul? Why another physical person? Well, because they need their opposite. They need someone in their lives who does things and represents the divine from a totally different perspective. So basically, it's like having the same goal as you, but the methodology, the principle, the philosophy, how they practically do it is something totally different, a totally different kind of approach. So when you and them get together and the two worlds unite, the two opposites unite, well, that is the moment of big alchemy, when the physical manifestation part is going to take place in both of your lives, because that is the synergy of the energies. So this is what the new moon is going to bring in your lives, another person just like you who needs you as much as you need them, in order for the two elements to come together. And this is what you have missed all along, this fated moment when someone who embodies the same principle, so to speak, in a total different way than you meet, and then the two symbiotic elements can just become one and do the same work by adding two distinctive elements to it. And that inner alchemy, that fusion, is going to be the key to power, to success, and whatever you desire to accomplish with your spirituality or magic. The second card, card number 2, is the Hermit. Now this card speaks also to two big categories of people. For some, for the first category, the symbolism of the Hermit has everything to do with them seeking their true life purpose, with they seeking their true roles in this world. So it's not just spiritual, it's not just emotional, but basically it can represent their places in society, their places in the world, their being able to play a role where you can incorporate your life philosophy, your principles, whatever you represent, your own distinctiveness, and put it to good use, but in a way that it feels really comfortable, rewarding emotionally. So basically, that you can feel alive, you can feel that whatever you do, whatever you choose to enact your role with, matters in the world, matters for you, matters for other people. This is how basically you resonate with your role in the world. And you have been looking for this maybe all your life. But the most painful part of your journey, whenever you were looking for your role, was that you are a person with so many different skills and talents. You're really adaptable. You're really a very, very good multi-talented person who can do so many different roles, who can perform so many different types of work. So you're not rooted into one single element. Basically, you are like water. You can take the shape of the container, you can adapt to anything. But many times in your life, you might have not seen or observed your greatest talent out of all of them, which is your learning ability. You're a person of many skills and talents, not because you were born with that talent, but rather because you were born with a phenomenal, with a very amazing, unique learning ability that you can simply master everything you are attracted to. If there's any activity which you feel an attraction towards, well, chances are you can just learn it. It doesn't matter how, because you learn through your own unique individual way, either by doing your own personal research or simply observing other people do the activity, do the work, do the job, and you, by observing it, you just absorb it into yourself. You make your own mental connections, you make up your own methodology, so to speak, and there you go, you have a new skill, you learned it. So your biggest virtue is your learning ability, which is almost supernatural because you can learn everything you put your mind to. You can learn everything that you feel a genuine attraction to. And that's why all throughout your life you tried out so many different jobs, careers, activities, some of which were like independent, like artistic, others were like real careers, so to speak, but you couldn't commit because you simply didn't find that resonance. You couldn't do it for a very long time because didn't feel rewarding to your soul. And this is exactly what the new moon is going to gift you with, a perfect opportunity, a perfect career where you can just find your place in the world and your new role is going to fit you like a glove. This is maybe why Uranus in this picture is so important, because Uranus is hazard, chaos. When your life doesn't permit you to get something like custom built for you, then Uranus can all of a sudden just stir up chaos, and chaos can birth the perfect solution, which comes as a surprise. So it's definitely going to be a surprise for you to find your place in the world, for you to find an activity or a job or whatever, use your skills and talents, and since your future role, whatever this new moon is going to gift you with, is also in the service of others, it's going to be satisfying in so many different ways for you. So this is when your true career, your true soul path begins. Now for other people, the second category who have chosen the hermit, things are a little bit different because you guys have always been on your soul path. You have always, even from your younger years, performed a certain kind of mission, which might have to do with your spirituality as well. But the problem is, modern society, the world, so to speak, is a total alien to what you represent, to your soul mission. So maybe this suggests that it isn't something you can do like for a basic job. You cannot earn like a very steady income, and or you cannot have a certain kind of social protection. So that's why you are kind of an alien to modern society. So this is why the hermit is so important for you, because you had to become a hermit on a soul level. You had to accept the truth that you are not going to find allies or people who support you in this life, because it is a mission only given to you and people who have your soul configuration, so to speak. And for you guys, this new moon will represent a very unexpected twist of events where the universe will invite you to take off the robes of the hermit and abandon your solid years of solitude, your soul level solitude, because you are going to find a person just like yourself, another hermit, so to speak, who is doing the same kind of mission in their lives, and this can birth a very powerful, a very significant new alliance in both of your lives. The sheer fact that this person has your maturity, has your empathy, has your vision and openness is going to be like honey for your soul, because you can be yourself, you can share all your story, your vision, your philosophies, your thoughts with this person without fearing judgment. How can they judge you when they're basically doing the same thing and they are playing the same role as you are? So this is going to give birth to either a very powerful soul level alliance, as in like almost like a brotherhood, sisterhood, or the very best friend in life, or it can take the turn of a romantic relationship where you kind of go beyond the alliance. Or for other people, this can be rather complicated because some people might not expect for their soulmates to have their own gender. So this can create controversial moments, so to speak. So that is why it's going to be complicated, but the soul level alliance is still going to be the same, so it doesn't really matter at all. Now, the third card is the Nine of Coins, and this card has many different ways of interpretation, so it's going to be different for different people, but the common factor is that it speaks about independence and freedom. So for some people, the Nine of Coins can represent that they need a greater degree of freedom in their lives because they have everything they could possibly wish and hope for, maybe not as material resources, but as inner resources, as skills, talents, ideas, inspiration, the most ingenious new plans, maybe new project, maybe something artistic, because they have so much inner resource in them that they just want to express. But the only thing that they don't have in their lives and they really need is a place of their own, like a physical house, like a physical place where they can just create, where they can just be themselves, their sacred space, so to speak. And it might be the case that sometimes in the past, especially the past 9 years, you came so close to this independence. It could also be the case that sometimes you actually achieved it, but it didn't last. So you understood the karmic lessons that some things in life cannot take place the moment when we wish them. So you surrendered, you accepted this fact. Don't get me wrong, you still dream about it, you still need it and desire it, but if there's nothing in your power to give it to you right now in this present moment, well then all you can do is wait and do whatever you can to express your inner creativity. But this is exactly why the new moon is going to gift you with an opportunity to have your place, to have your sacred space. In which way? Well, it's a surprise. It is Uranus. We don't know how it's going to enter your life. It could be as simple as a new social connection, or it could be something which comes from your past because you have helped many people in the past unconditionally. So this can be like a typical manifestation of good karma. This can also be someone actually wanting to reward you, someone believing in your dream and seeing the necessity for you to have a place of your own. It doesn't matter how, what matters is that you're gonna get it. You're gonna be there, but when and how is going to be a major surprise. Now for other people, this isn't as much about a place as in a house, as the place of their own, but it's much more about their resources, their income, their material situation, which doesn't give them the independence that they so much need in their lives. And for these people, if you fall into the second category, it could be very well the case that in the past 9 months of your life, you had so many material losses, you had moments of poverty when you just didn't know how to handle your financial situation. You really went through serious hard times and hardships. So it is only natural for you to desire a life of material independence. So for you guys, the magic of the new moon can bring you exactly this. Either an unexpected job offer or a career offer, which is unlike anything you ever had before, because it will give you all the time you need, it will give you the freedom, it will give you the resources for little time invested on your behalf, either because you're either that good or because what you do has the value potential. It can also represent some kind of income which comes to you with great ease without that effort, without the big commitment, without enslaving you. So, for you guys, the new moon is telling you that by the end of this year, you are going to have much more financially, materially independent lives. And not only will you heal the past 9 months where you were really vulnerable and you really suffered materially, but it can also just help you enjoy life, help enjoy your freedom, your true soul level prosperity, because when your physical reality reflects just how prosperous you are on the inside, well, then that is already the key to a happy life and satisfaction, being happy with who you are and how your life is. Now, for others still, this has little to do with material, as in financial independence, but for those who fall into this category, it's more like a very powerful inner calling where they just can't help themselves but to feel that they have to escape, abandon, or somehow leave behind modern society, the chaos of modern life, and simply go and live much closer to nature. This is like something your soul deeply desires, and it doesn't even care if your life can allow you to do this, if your life is configured the way that you can just abandon everything and anything and just move into the heart of nature, so to speak. Even if you'd have this opportunity, or even if you could choose this, somehow your soul just doesn't care about your conditions. It just wants this, it's just dreaming of this, it's desiring this. So this indicates that this inner calling is two-sided. It's not just your soul, but it's actually Mother Nature, the power of nature calling you to join her, to be her ally. And you might even think of this as something as borderline between a fantasy and an idealistic life goal, which most people can only accomplish in their years of retirement, so to speak, in their older years. But you feel as this is your time, this is what you have always desired, this is the most natural lifestyle for you. So this new moon is going to make this possible for you, even if this sounds too good to be true and miraculous, because it will come in the shape of just a simple opportunity where it can give you this chance. Of course, you won't have to make the choice too quickly, because this isn't going to be like a very random, short-lived opportunity where when you decline, it's over, it's bye, it's closed forever. But it's more like this opportunity is going to be open for the next 9 years of your life. And it gives you so much time to reflect, to process, to make a decision, to plan. And whenever you feel ready, whenever you make the choice that this is what you truly want to do, you can just take that opportunity and live with it. And it is exactly this openness, this permanence of this opportunity that is going to be so delightful, because you know that there's no pressure on you. You know that you have all the time you could possibly ask for to sort out everything else in your life, to rearrange your life, to close certain chapters which need to be closed. And whenever you're ready, whenever you're comfortable, whenever you're confident, whenever you can perceive that soul level call very irresistible way, well then chances are Mother Nature is also helping you. So this opportunity is not just a miracle, but it's Mother Nature actually helping you. Because when she calls you, she doesn't expect you to blindly answer the call, but she also has to give the opportunity to give you the means to do it. So be patient because she is definitely working. Because she requires only her most loving and beautiful children to be together with her, to experience her up close and personal. Everyone else can just do it their own ways, but you, since you are so full of love and you have an authentic connection to her, you belong to her. So she's definitely gonna give you this opportunity. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that, and I wish everyone a very happy and magical new moon. Thank you, and bye for now.